So today we are looking at APT38 CryptoSpy chain. It's based on the Trader malware, and that malware was actually written by APT38. It was passed around by being disguised as a cryptocurrency application, which had a malicious update functionality, and when the user clicked update, it would download and execute a rat, giving the APT access to the system as well as the network. This malware was sent to blockchain exchanges mostly, and it targeted system administrators and software developers that worked at those crypto exchanges. The function was actually called update checksync, and it worked by the user clicking the update button. The application would then send a HTTP post request to a PHP endpoint that was hosted on one of the malicious servers. That malicious server would respond with a key value JSON object. The key itself was the decryption key used for the encrypted value of that object, and that object was encrypted with AES-256 encryption. When it was decrypted, it resulted in a rat binary. That rat binary was then written to the temp directory on the file system, and the rat binary was then launched. When that occurred, APT38 was now inside the systems and could move around the network freely. So this malicious functionality, this update functionality, was actually in more than one application. It was in 4 total, and that was DAFOM, which is an Electron binary, and it targeted mostly Mac OS platforms. Then we had Token AIS and Crypt AIS, which claimed to be an AI-based cryptocurrency trading application, and eSilit, which gave live cryptocurrency prices and predictions. This is actually the one that our CryptoSpy malware that we're releasing in this chain is based on mostly. So how do you mitigate and detect this type of threat on your network? First off is educating users on proper system usage. They shouldn't be downloading crypto trading applications if you're in a business that has nothing to do with that. Just sometimes letting the users know that them downloading this application can cause significant harm to the network and their company might be enough to deter them from doing so. If it's not, we also recommend using application whitelisting, stuff like App Locker, which will stop a unauthorized application from being ran on the system. It can be circumvented, but for most normal users on the system, it provides a significant deterrent. So from there, you go to your EDR solution, of course, which is pretty much your last line of defense on those systems, and you want to make sure that they're updated and they have the latest definitions, so that way they are detecting and blocking execution of malicious applications. If you're trying to detect whether or not this occurred on the system, things to look for would be checking your system logs and seeing if there are any binaries that were written to disk by another application on the system. Unless that application is normally used to do that type of stuff, like maybe a web browser for downloading an application, it could be a red flag. So you also want to look at your network logs and look for any anomalous traffic that might have came from a unknown application on the network and was visiting an unusual domain outside of the network. And last, you want to make sure that your computers actually are all applications that aren't necessary for regular day-to-day business activities are removed off the system. There's no point of having them on the system if they're not used in day-to-day operations. Okay, so not many requirements for the CryptoSpy chain. The only thing that you will need is a Windows box to run the binary on. If you look at it, it will, let's pull up the chain, and you can see that it will have 3 TTPs inside of it. The first one is going to actually host the payload for a user to download. The second will wait for that user to interact with the CryptoSpy malware. Once they click update and an agent calls back in, to operator, it will then allow a TTP to be queued for that agent, which will pretty much just give us the user that is clicked the update button, and we can then run any other chains or TTPs on that new agent that calls back in. So let's look at getting this started. We'll go ahead and hit deploy, and you can see that the other two have been queued up and this one is waiting. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this CryptoSpy malware, which is being hosted. So you can see that now that one ran when I click download. I'm going to go ahead and click keep, of course, and keep anyway. You can see that it's added right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and launch the malware, and you can see that CryptoSpy started, and you can see that these are looking like they're updating, and an update is available. So when I click update, you should see that the wait for CryptoSpy callback will go ahead and run, and then we should queue a TTP for it. So let's click update. Okay, and now you can see CryptoSpy had called back in, and you can see that the queue TTP for CryptoSpy agent ran properly. So now if we go to CryptoSpy, you can see that it's already ran this first TTP, and we ran a GP result, and you can see that we are C users Bartimus, and that is the chain running. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.